Alright, now we're down to the front shoulders. You've already removed both back straps. This is where they came through and connected, and you've got this hollow pocket for removing the back strap. What I do is you come in here, you grasp it, and you put your thumb right there, and you'll feel where the shoulder blade and the scalpel comes around. Grab a hold of that where it comes up. Alright? That's where you want to cut, is right above that. Just make a straight cut in, just like that. That'll allow you now, is you'll be able to go like this, and you start peeling that shoulder down. There is a fair amount of meat behind the shoulder, which you can take. As you can see, the ribs are here. There's that. I mean, that's actually bone right there. I mean, that's plain bone. So, it's a smaller animal, there isn't as much. Bigger animals. Now, what I do is I'm just going to peel this down like that. Get this side started. On a bigger animal, there's a lot more meat on the neck. It's total different proportion, but to show you, typically what I do now is I stay on one side and I follow this neckline down over the top of the neck, just following the vertebrae, just follow it down, because I'm going to grind on this animal. I'm going to grind the front shoulders completely up and use it to make salami. So I'm going to put all this meat together in a grinder, just remove most of the fat, so I'm not going to separate any of this meat out into different groups to make it a steak, because the animal's just not big enough. So what I'm going to do is, there again, you just skin down, follow the bone, just like filleting a fish out. I mean, I got bone right there, come off the bone, move over a little bit, come down on that. Just keep, it's just like peeling the hide off now. You're just cutting against the bone to leave as little meat as possible. Just keep following it down. Follow it down, until you come to the esophagus. Here's the esophagus right there. All right, there it is. It's a windpipe, and the esophagus are right here. There's the windpipe. Feel that hard ribby-like material. You know that that's the middle of the neck, so you know that you're to the base of this shoulder. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to come along there and cut right along it. Make sure you have a good grasp on this shoulder so it doesn't fall to the ground, and then remove. Okay, got a front shoulder here. We're going to pick some of the hair off before I throw it in the bag. I've got little clumps down here on the thing, and there again, I'm just going to go like that, and they stick right to the other, this part here that I'm not going to even do anything with. There is a couple techniques you can use with some damp cloths and stuff to remove hair. But inside, when I get this inside, I'm going to pull off all this connective tissue and the stuff that's on the outside. Inside the table, once this meat has been in the refrigerator for a day, it'll cool down, it'll get firmed up a lot more than what it is now, and you can peel off all this connective tissue really easily pull it off with a knife and get rid of it. I'll just fold that neck, so that neck over onto there. Okay, and throw it in the bag, and then we'll repeat this step for the other side. We're back on the left hand side of this animal. Here again, I find that shoulder blade, right there it is. You know, find it, and there it's coming off, so I'm just going to take my knife, I'm just going to cut it right there, straight across. Pull down, and fillet it off. Try to take as much meat with it as I can. Since I know I'm going to grind this, there's not a lot of steaks you can get, even out of a larger animal. If you get an extremely large buck or an extremely large doe, there are a couple muscle groups in the shoulder here that you can actually pull the individual muscle groups out. We're not going to get into that on this deer to make steaks out of it. Most people, I think, are just going to pretty much grind it. They'll stake out their back straps and they'll stake out their rear legs. There's lots of options. We're showing you how to quarter it. We may get into on another segment and show you how to individualize the muscle groups of the rear legs and the front legs. Just do like we did on the other side. Coming down. pulling hairs off and leaving them up there as you go. Okay, so I've left the windpipe right there. Alright, and it's disconnecting here. I'm just going to leave there's a little bit of blood and stuff. I don't know what that's from. It just came up. Now I'm just going to go like this and just literally just kind of cutting away. There's the esophagus. And then we're just going to make sure you got a good grip on it and cut it away. And there you go. Alright, we've got this, the left shoulder off. I'm going to bag this up and we'll move on to the rear legs. Alright, we've got the front shoulders removed, we have the back straps removed, now we're up to the rear quarters. There's several different ways to attack the rear quarters, but the way I like to attack them from this side right here. Put your hand, grab right there, and run your thumb right through here. You'll find a bone, alright? That bone sticks out, you want to come down in with your knife and cut around that. Alright, and then bring your knife in, back towards the center. Alright, cut right here. There's bone there again also. Okay, once you get this separated, okay, right there. Your knife will follow the bone. And then you can open it up and you can look to see what you're cutting. There's a couple tendons that run right here to connect the rear leg up. Don't worry about those. Around the pelvis. Because we're going to be cutting these legs loose at the socket joint. Okay, there again, just rubbing the knife along, following the bone. There's that one bony outcropping right here that we stayed on this side. Now on this one, we want to kind of go right there. You're near the ball and socket at that point. And once you get it exposed, you'll be able to see that. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to turn this one around. We're going to work on one at a time. Here's the pelvis. And that's the part you split when you're gutting the deer. It's right here. It's opened up a lot because it's being in a gambrel. I'm just going to go ahead and cut down next to that and join it to that pocket that I cut in from the other side. Okay, if you follow that down, you're going to come to the ball joint right there. It's right at where the pelvis comes up here, where you started your split in the field. There's the ball joint of the leg. You want to cut through that right there, find that pocket and find that ball. Okay, you want to cut right through that. Okay, you don't have to cut it all through right now. Okay, we're getting there. Follow the bone. Pelvis is it's pretty good size, but you'll see that. You can see there's the ball joint from the other side. Here it is on this side. It's up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scrape this like this and fillet this meat right off of the pelvis. Okay. Like little bones there. Okay. All right. Now what I like to do is leave that connected a little bit until I get the other side done so that this doesn't drop down. And we're also going to remove this part here. I like to leave down there in case you need something to hold on to keep the animal from spinning. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. Cut down a little bit right there. Bring around this side. Follow the pelvis. And then you know that socket joint is right here just like it was on the other one. Everything's the same, it's just a mirror image. Okay. Peel up on that. Alright, so we're going to leave that just hooked up like that.